Welcome to the Boys from the Baltic Star. My name's Ben, and we are playing tonight the Banner Saga. At the weekends, we generally play role-playing games, but when it's not a weekend, like tonight, we tend to celebrate John Legitimate's birthday and then come and play some Banner Saga. That's what we tend to do. So I'm not alone tonight, even though I'm the only one on screen, because I'm joined by the wonderful Sock Fiddler. Good evening, Socks. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are your oily boys? Are they refreshed again?
They're unbelievably immaculate tonight, yeah.
Oh, lovely, lovely. I heard you had the clippers out for the grass skirts, keeping them all in shape. Everybody's doing all right over there.
Well,
That's good.
they mostly keep each other in trim, you understand? I don't have to do it myself.
I mean, there's a whole avenue waiting for me to explore, but I don't feel that's on point tonight. So we'll leave that one alone. Shut that door. How are you this evening, Bucky? Are you
I'm
good?
all right, thank you. Yes, I'm all right. Yes, enjoying a glass of wine and, believe it or not, episode 7 of the Banner Saga.
7!
Which has got to
7!
be, many more than I thought we'd get to do.
Honestly, 3. I really had you down for 3. Yeah.
3.
I mean, this, especially knowing you're fighting fantasy prowess. I was certain, like in this kind of pseudo choose your own adventure, it would be curtains by 3. Honestly, so you've done really well, to my enormous disappointment. So what
Well,
happened last week? Let's recap really quickly. What happened?
oh God, things are getting more complicated. We have reached the point where we now have a theoretical mission that seems to involve basically waiting around for this Mender woman to turn up. We haven't found her.
Juno.
We've joined forces with a Mender who's desperate for us to see her, but
Ivan.
she wasn't about. So we moved on, abandoning
Still,
that.
as far as we're concerned, he could still just be a figment of his imagination,
It's true. We
or
don't
a
actually know,
memory.
and though he's been reasonably cooperative and everything, he's not like he's one of my
Mm.
closest allies. I don't entirely
Yeah,
trust him yet.
but also not to get all 1997 about it, but he is punching way above his weight with that one. Like she's an easy 10, and he's at best a 5.
I think you're being generous when you say 5.
Yeah, he's quite annoying.
So,
I mean, maybe she's a sister or something. I don't know.
indeed. Well, we've finally arrived at this town, and allegedly there's all sorts of stuff to do here because we have our heroes area. We've got a market which we may have to use in very shortly because we're desperately low on food. We have some docks to explore, and we have this rather elegant looking tower.
And what's the one present we bring with us to everybody's enormous horror and dismay?
The one present.
The one present. The one tiny, mewling, helpless, delightful present.
Are you referring to the infant that we rescued?
The little dredge baby. I came up with a hilarious joke earlier with my best friend. I think we should call the dwedge baby Dwodger. Sorry, it was funny at the time, but I'm now calling him Dwodger from now on.
Dwodger. Okay.
Dwodger.
Yes,
Yeah.
we did rescue a dredge baby from presumably certain death, I'm guessing.
Well, when you say rescue, I think you mean didn't automatically kill it.
Well, that I agree is
Yeah, but
part
we
of the
sort of
process. But we
picked
also
it up
then wrapped
and
it up,
walked
took
along
it
with
with
it.
us, and fed it.
Well, yeah, yeah. There were some discussions, and Merker, if he's here, hello Merker, if you're about. He was most upset with you for saving the baby. Most out of joint was his nose. Um, yes. And then all the we're now being followed. We know that we're being followed by the Bellower, who is this
Yes.
big nasty boy, and who has somehow overtaken the Val, the big giant dudes, who are fleeing their ancient seat of power through the Summerway, and they've been overtaken by by the dredge, who apparently are also fleeing something nasty. But we had quite an interesting discussion about
This
you're
is what
running.
we well. I say we. I'm obviously going through this for the first time, but
Yeah,
I the thing that I find is the sort of cognitive dissonance here is that the dredge are apparently fleeing this darkness that's pursuing them.
which could be something to do with the snake.
There was this really big serpent thing, and I mean really big. You know, epic tales and sagas big, not giant python big.
Speaking of
And
the transit man.
and it and it may have something to do with that darkness that they're fleeing. But as they were doing their fleeing, they were also slaughtering people left, right, and centre.
There was quite a lot of murder. I mean, they were fleeing for their lives with their swords in their hands and taking a couple of timeouts every time they got to a village.
John!
Betty boy is in the hole!
Welcome, John.
Let him.
Happy birthday again, my friend.
Happy birthday, John. If you guys, so we're just going to take a 1 minute detour. If you guys are not familiar with the beautiful Legitimine, he is Rudy in our Rudy and what's the other guy called, Ben? I don't remember.
You don't remember.
I'm just being mean. It's Tony and Rudy's Adventures. So he's one of that, but also he's invented this incredible game called Metanthropes, which is sort of the be-all and end-all of powers and superhumans, and you know, it's literally a game that will take you wherever you want to go with your character, and it's very exciting.
It's
It's
like mythology gaming, but you get to play it in any era of human
era.
existence.
Yeah, and we sort of took it. I don't want to give away any spoilers in case somebody does join up and play the first episode with him, but we sort of found a third way at the end of the introduction session. Yeah. Anyway, welcome, John.
Yes.
It's so lovely to have you. Hello, John. Happy birthday. All right, over to you, Bucky. Let's go.
Let's.
He's loving the fest. I'm not going to explain who that is. If you know, you know.
This, I mean, frankly, can only end brilliantly. So let's see where we go. All right. So we have this tower, which I think takes us to the map, and I rather like that if it does take us to the map, because it's quite a neat concept that you go up the tower in order to look at the surroundings.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks bad. Everything around looks lethal.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so we're at this Bursgard place, which is fine. I don't mind that, except that they seem to charge usurious rates for supplies. You get.
And we did get there sort of on our very last leg, really. Didn't
Yeah,
we?
but you get one supplies for each renown,
Yeah, that's rude.
which is frankly, I mean, that's horrible. Since
We're trying to save the world here.
we are on a bit of a mission, yes. Okay, so
So, shall we have just a quick look at our heroes first? to see
yeah,
what
I think
state
that's
they're
worth
on
doing,
it?
at least to remind me where everyone is, because
we've got no supplies.
we've got
our
no supplies
morale-
at all.
Is in the toilets.
We do theoretically have some people we can promote, but we've only got 21 renown, so
And everyone's hurt.
yes, everybody got hurt because they did, as we got here, that nasty little trick where they gave us a battle we couldn't win and then saved us, so we all got to be wounded but not dead.
Oh, you did look so disappointed at the end of that fight as well.
I mean, I know it's a game, but I feel I was cheated there.
Yeah. I did want to reach through the monitor and hug you.
Yes, but when don't you? The
I mean, I won't list it, but there
there are
we had
occasions.
a long weekend, put it that way.
Yeah. So, right, we have lots of injured people, no food or supplies, but we do have some docks we can go to. Now this,
Yes.
as it turns out, are only docks in the technical sense because they seem to have bodies rather than ships. Buildings are trashed and boarded up. What happens here? Murmurs Alette. I
It's
don't know.
Portsmouth on a Friday.
It's possible that Newcastle United have been here to play away. I don't know.
Oh, all of our friends are south of Birmingham, could you tell?
I mean, it could be Glasgow Celtic. Who knows? They're all gone. I see you had the same thought as me. Okay. So we, in theory... Eyvind, you're okay. Is he though? I'm fine. It wasn't a lie. The governor is here and he's in hiding. Since the dredge started appearing, anyone with a ship and half a wit left long ago. Okay. People can't leave by foot. Food is scarce. The markets are bare. Bursgard is a fire keg waiting for someone to tip it over. So the governor's paying the ravens to protect him against his own people. And keep the peace. It's more like a massacre any time there's a hint of an uprising. Where does that leave us? I promised him the Mender's protection in Arborang. I don't think he's very popular there. They're going to start tearing this place down.
With this fellow making friends with terrible people.
Yeah. We can ride the Ormsa River all the way to the capital, leaving another perfectly good city behind. That's a good point, actually, Rook. How long will it take to build new ships? And Alette, as always, is worrying about innocence. I tell you, it's like she's just deliberately trying to come across as better than me all the time. Hold on, what happens to the people living in Borsgard? It's the best I could do, Alette. He thought it could take as long as a month. You don't usually make ships out of scrap lumber. And as soon as people figure out what's going on, there will be riots in the streets.
Hi, Merca.
I was an optimist. Why bother? Bellower will be here within the week, if not sooner. Merca, good morning. How are you?
Oh, it's lovely to see you anyway. We've just started. We had a bit of an intro and saying happy birthday to lovely friends and recapping and all that sort of malarkey. And I did note your disappointment when we saved the baby. So hello. But I have to say, music festivals on the other side of the country, that sounds like more fun than watching Ben not die at a game. I mean, with affection, Ben.
Absolutely.
I think he's going to do quite well again tonight.
Open to suggestions. God be damned, is there no end to this? Ivor roars in frustration, leaving standing with the dogs. Eyvind, what do we do about Bellower? Good, he's got a good answer then. Says nothing for a moment. And then he says, I don't know. Oh, well, that's excellent. Because, you know, it's important that we've got really good advisors. However,
this
we do...
is Borsgard. Yes.
We do have the ability to talk to Ivor about it. So he's overlooking...
Well, I'm wondering as well, if we can go at some point back up that tower so we can see exactly where the river goes.
Yeah. Dredge are keeping their distance but continue to gather.
Oh, stop, Merca. We didn't know. Heavens. Ivor cuts you off.
You know he's been through worse.
Mm.
Just feels like someone should cut us a break every now and then. If we want to be standing a month from now, we're going to have to be prepared. Well, we don't have any food, for one thing. We're going to be dead in a month. Okay, what did you have in mind? First off, the clansmen need a place to stay. They'll get torn to pieces out in the streets. Alright? I'll keep an eye on the dredge up here. If they break through the walls, we're done for, so we'll have to keep them back. Could always use a hand with that. We need to know who's controlling what, and make sure we get our cut, and food's going to become scarce. And when they start building those ships, we're going to have to keep people away. I don't actually disagree with any of those bits. I'm leading attacks with Eyvind every time the dredge get too close to the gates. We're going to lose fighters and Varl every day like this.
Oh, yeah. I'm really annoyed. We've had this big thing about the women getting really. That one woman who's shooting dredge like from 100 yards away. Why aren't we using them?
Yeah. You consider what you want to do now, knowing that any of these tasks will likely take a full day.
Yeah, good luck with this one, Ben. You're on your own.
We're going to follow the old days of back in the day when people taught me the order in which you do things. We have water, which is your first priority. After that, you need shelter. So,
Okay.
safe place for the caravan is the next one. We
I
could
feel
look
like you
for
were waiting for me to weigh in
a
there.
pub.
I wasn't
He
going
doesn't
to.
have a very good grasp of how big pubs are if he thinks this entire caravan with its hundreds of people could fit in one. Mate, camp in the open, you can keep everyone together. We're going to camp in the open and keep everybody together.
Yeah.
Don't want to split up. So just because we're setting up a camp inside a city, it doesn't change the fact we're just setting up camp. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. He wants to talk again. That's fine. There's a lot more of them and they're getting braver. We've lost a fair number of fighters since yesterday. We could use your help if there's nobody left to defend the walls. One of the clansmen from the caravan, we've had looters came round. Yeah, okay. Alright, we're dealing with chaos. Supplies are next. We've got water, we've got shelter, so supplies are next.
Okay.
Nobody has food or they won't part with it. Our medicine has been gone for days. They're either gouging the prices or it's just plain gone. So, track down the ravens and see what they know. Scour the city for anyone willing to sell supplies. Shake down the places that seem to be holding out, or ration the caravan. We're going to go and try the ravens.
Okay. I'm being studiously neutral.
Question the ravens about food supplies. Should have brought your
Does
own. I can't
nobody
go giving it out to every
understand?
person in Bursgard.
Well, nobody seems to understand that your caravan is what's going to tip the scales when the dredge attack. Why are they being such dicks? Technical term, that's technical.
I mean, obviously, innocent people will starve to death, but I'm not going to remind him of that because he knows.
Yeah.
It's time to threaten him for holding out. Okay. That didn't help.
Ruh-roh.
You're losing warriors left and right. If we don't deal with it, the war will come down by the end of the day. Riots at the docks, they're trying to smash up the boats. Okay.
So, point of no return reached, I feel.
Well, we're not going to try and get some rest. I think I can rule that one out. If the walls come down, everyone dies. We're going to join Ivor and try and drive back the dredge a bit.
Oh, those famous words, you prepare yourself.
Okay. This could be very very, very bad.
Oh, look at that! It's giving you all their health back. That's nice.
Yeah, I mean, games do that when they're about to kill you. It's like when you're about to enter a new area and there's piles of med kits and you think, "Oh no, we're going to die here, aren't we?"
It's like when you get to the treasure room before you kill the boss.
Um, right. With 21, we could kick up 2 level 2s to level 3,
Okay.
or 1 level 3 to level 4.
Well, let's plan our crew first. Who do we want on our front line?
Um,
So I think we put all our resources into the ones that we want to fight. And also, I do not think that should be Alette. I think we should have no archers.
Alette is. There's a part of my brain that says, in the real world, I would absolutely stack this with archers because we're defending a load of walls.
Hmm.
But I don't think the game functions that way. I think it'll give us an open field battle again. So we're going to swap Alette for Gunnulf and pop Gunnulf over here. Like that. So is it worth promoting Gunnulf?
Giving him a bit more health. Maybe we can get a couple of really good rounds out of him.
Because in theory we could promote him, couldn't we? It'll cost us all.
Mm-hmm.
It'll cost us only 15, actually. Okay, hang on a second. We go back because if Gunnulf can be promoted for 15, we don't have anyone on anything else who can be promoted. Okay, Gunnulf it is.
Nobody else. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, we're going to promote for 15 renown. Just 2 points available. We could top out his health. He's topped out in green and shield break.
Yeah, I'd say shove it all in strength and health.
I think so as well. He's got to hit things hard and take some punishment.
Well, he's not going to stand up to much, even with 2 more points in his armor. But 18 strength is going to make a real difference to him.
It's better than nothing, and I think it's the best we can do in reality.
Excuse my
So,
phone, by the way.
Let's see how badly this can go.
I feel preemptively sorry about my smart ass introduction in Discord.
Yeah. Right.
So how many of them?
Assuming that's all of them.
Quite a lot.
Yeah. We've got
Just
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6
very
of
big
them.
fella.
Okay. What to do?
I feel like we need the countdown clock music when you're setting up your soldiers.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Not to put you under time pressure, but just to pass the time, because I don't want to say too much. and
No.
interrupt your thinking, even though I've done exactly that right now.
There we go. Okay. We're going to try this. And it will probably fail dismally, but we're going to try. The morale of the caravan affects willpower of heroes during the battle. That's not great because the morale is awful.
Yeah, so you've lost your willpower right off the bat. So, what are your priorities in this fight?
My objective is to try and draw the two big guys to one side while we deal with the others.
Mm-hmm.
This is my thinking.
So, like we did when we had the rock and we split them around the rock.
Yeah, a bit like that. But obviously this fight isn't going to work that way.
No.
So... Decisions. See, my temptation is to get in there and hit these guys, but these guys are big and armoured. 12 and 18, 12 and 18.
Well, you're going to have to hit them at some point, and sooner rather than later, because it's going to take a little while to knuckle that down.
Alright, we're going to do what we can do and see what happens. Take this guy's armour down quite substantially.
Yeah. Very nice.
Wound this guy quite a lot. Not enough, but you know, what you gonna do?
But also, that meant that his retaliatory hit wasn't that amazing.
That's
because
true.
those guys can one hit gun off. He gets a bit more time out of that now.
Bring this guy up to here. Hurt him a little bit. That's discouraging. That looked like a hand grenade.
Might be time to run gun off a bit.
Okay. Alright. Now, this guy's big benefit is that he can help with armour. We're not... That guy could use some help.
I would, concentrate on keeping gun off camera.
So if we get... Do we actually have to move him? Let me find out. Hang on a second. If we take this and we do some magic, mend, I should be able to mend that guy's armour all the way back up.
Nice.
Okay.
Well done, Rick. And we didn't kill any Val. This is just the option that we were given when we met up with the other party, and then they split off with Ivan to find Juno. These are just the people that came with us. We didn't really have any choice as to who was recruited and who stayed behind.
So we could take everything down or knock 7 off him. One more go, I think, at the armour to reduce him to nothing. He's starting to annoy me, this guy.
Yeah.
Right. And this chap.
See, ideally, you want gun off where he can hit both of them in his tempesty twirly bit.
It's true.
So you need to move big fella there out. Over.
But there's no way I can do that.
Yeah.
What I can do potentially is hit these two.
Yep.
But it might be worth taking a look at the damage I can do to this guy anyway. Not a huge amount, to be honest. So, instead... Nope, not enough willpower for that, can I? No, I don't have any in the horn. Fair enough. Then we either go after this guy and knock his shield down a bit, or the big fella and knock his shield down a bit. Or weaken this guy a little bit. We've got to weaken him because... Missed.
He's going to hit too.
Okay. Alright, so what have you got?
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, so Merc has just pointed out that those bombs are about to go off and they have quite a large range.
sorry, what's he pointed out?
The bombs will go off in a 3x3 range.
Oh, is that what they are? Oh, that's not good. Okay.
I would move Rook back to give the others room to retreat. See how many of them get out the blast.
The thing about Rook is...
Actually, Rook doesn't need to move that much. We just need to move Gun off a bit. But I don't think we've got enough time.
I can kill that guy. Or take 12 off the big guy. And that's got to be worth doing.
Yeah. Not so scary now, are you, big boy? Oh, sorry, Gun off.
Okay. And this guy around the back. The choices are... kill that guy. That's one option.
I think we have to.
Or kill the big guy. We're definitely going to kill the big guy. Excellent.
And now, excuse the phrase, let's just put some juice in the horn.
We can use the horn now, can't we?
Yes.
Right, that bolsters everybody. So, who's taken hits on armour? This fella has. So can we...
If you move into behind Rook, you should be able to reach.
there we
Oh,
go.
it doesn't have a...
Doesn't seem to have a range problem, no.
That's nice.
So his armour's topped right up again.
Cool, that's like giving somebody a Lost Rolo over the phone. That's amazing.
It is very handy that way, yes. So this guy... no. Right. There. And then we're going to attack this fella if we can. 90% chance of knocking him down by 2. I'm going to take the risk. Okay. So...
All right, big boy, what you got? Let's see. Come on, Ivor.
This guy
Don't disappoint
knocked
us.
6 of his 9 away, or 2 of his 13. Fair enough. Or... that guy's got basically no health left.
Hi, John. Still here, still fessing.
I think this is probably worth trying.
I think so. There's only 2. Okay, that wasn't too bad.
Worth doing that or not? 10 or 10. Let's reduce his damage as best we can. Hurt him a bit.
Ollie, since when is Rook this useful? That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think I've found him quite useful the whole time.
So from a different line last week.
That one's down. Who needs armour back?
How's our boy Ivor doing?
He's very, very close to the end. But we can only heal armour, you see, so...
if we give him a bit more armour, we give him a bit more rope, don't we?
we do, but he's only got 1 health left, so...
That's okay. I'm saying let's make it harder to get to that 1 health.
Fair enough. But it's worth a punt. I mean, you never know
if nothing
what...
else, it will reduce their odds of a successful hit. Plus, one of them's on very, very poor health themselves, so they'd have to work quite hard to get to him through boosted armor. Oh, Ivor has poison. We're very bad at remembering the special tactics.
Right, okay. So our choices are 9 and 9, 10 and 8. It doesn't make much odds, really.
Let's go for the big fella because the other 2 can swarm the guy at the bottom.
I mean, it's worth trying. He just doesn't get a lot of damage, this guy, I'm afraid.
Oh, he's doing his trembly sticky thing. Oh, I don't like that.
Nor do I. Right. So if we do that, we can trim him down a bit. Okay, or trim him down to 6. Is that worth doing? Yeah. The theory is we're at least reducing the damage he can do.
Yeah.
This guy's 9 and 9.
Oh no, it's Lee. It's Spider Long. It's her partner. I think he's thinking about Pat Lee, but also Lee's a little bit AFK this evening. He's writing important things. Spider Queen Long. I always forget Pat's handle. But
Looks
yes.
okay. Well, we might as well at least.
You can solo this with Rook. I mean, if you hate your life, you could. But yes, cheers to Pat and to Lee, actually, long-time friends of the channel. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, excuse me.
Who needs that armour topping up? I think we have a winner.
How's Rook doing? I couldn't see. Oh, he's fine.
He's not too bad. Yeah, not too bad.
I think you take a very gloomy approach sometimes, Merca. He's gotten rid of the two big ones and the weird shaky. Oh no, the weird shaky fella's still there. He got rid of the two big ones though. Oh,
That's true. 7 and 5. 9 and 7.
Lonk.
40%. We're not risking that.
Not for one.
Okay. Can't get in there. So, what if...
Well, you can draw those up surely, and then you don't have to move Rook.
We could do that. Still can't reach him. We're going to have to move him because he can't hit anything.
That's what I'm saying. He rests this round, and then the other two come up to him, and they bring the fight to him.
He's certainly more devastating that way.
Because let's be honest, those two aren't going to live 2 more rounds, so what they do the next round is probably what's going to happen. Not to be too cheerful.
Reasons to be cheerful. That one down.
Nice. See, now that fella there should be within range.
That's alright. That's where it goes. So we're going to try. Nope, we've got nothing for that, so let's try this first. Now we can mend. Doesn't give us much, but it's better than nothing.
Yeah. That's better. Come on. Sorry.
No, he's still not in range.
No. Oh no. I really thought that fella there would be in range, the white toga type.
No, he's not. He's one out basically.
Well, if you're going to move, you've got to take it to the twitchy shaky fella, really.
I agree. I've got to trim that guy down a lot. I can't get to him in sort of normal mode, but I can presumably get within arrow range of him. But you don't do a... I can't apparently do that either.
Ah,
I can at least attack this guy.
oh, nice. That must be toast for him now, surely.
He's not that healthy anymore. 8 or 7. We're going to have to prop Rook up, I think.
Mm.
Not enough willpower. Okay, you can't do any of that. Alright. This fella gets to rest then. That guy's out of range. This guy, however, we can hit. And hurt.
Oh no! Oh my goodness! Okay.
So if we try to attack this guy, we can barely scratch him. Fair enough. But got to try it, haven't we?
Yeah.
Clipped him back to 1 health.
Do we think Ivan's going to be pulling an Eric and soloing the last guy himself?
I don't think we have enough willpower to do anything, do we? Yes, we do. So that guy's 6 or 7. It's got to be. Top him up a bit. You never know, it could be enough. Wow. That was really not enough. Trim him back a little bit.
Oh, alright, man.
Oh god, this is I lack confidence, shall we say. Nope, not enough willpower and I can't restore anything, so...
I think we can legitimately try this fight again, though. I think it's a fair one to have another crack at if we don't make it this time.
Alright. Okay.
It is brutal, yeah. School of hard clumps, this one.
I assume I do have enough apparently to mend this a bit. And he can definitely use the help, even though it'll only provide 1. not great, but it's better than nothing, you know? Nope, nothing this time. So we're going to have to rest him.
But he gets a willpower back when you rest. Oh, come on, Rick, get up! I believe!
guy's got basically no armour left. God, this is going to be very, very close, you know. Very, very close.
Oh dear. Oh
There's-
dear. Run! Run!
There's nowhere to run to, is there? So,
No.
I suppose my question is this guy actually capable of fighting?
I think he's capable of going down in one single hit.
Because in theory, he's got 7 armour.
And his bonky stick.
This is my thinking, yes.
If
So what happens if I...
Ivan with a bonky stick, we're naming a kitten in Alta Blues Island. That's the price we pay for mocking somebody who turns out to be an absolute champion. Swelly stick time! Come on, Island! Boink!
So that one's dead.
No way! Okay. Alright. Boink!
And that one's dead. Unbelievably.
I don't really believe that just happened. Oh my goodness. Oh. Hello, Chris. I nearly said some very grown-up words.
Oh.
Wow, we have to name a cat now. Fine. I'll make a note on my blues notes.
Okay. Well, that was fairly brutal, but...
Wow.
And now we get to have a conversation about it. This morning, says Ivor, I saw him bellow us here. Oh, the good news just keeps coming, doesn't it? I think it won't be long now.
Yeah. Right. Orbital Blues.
Join Ivor defending the walls, help look for the missing caravan people, investigate the riots down by the docks. I'm finding it hard to believe we will actually have time to build any of those ships, but...
Thing is, we don't want to build ourselves a Mississippi liner. You know, we're not looking for a big paddle wheel steamer thing. We just want a bloody raft. Like I don't know. We're not Tom Hanks in Castaway, is what I'm saying. We need like half a dozen poles with some string tying them all together, like with a group of people on it. It doesn't. It's a river. We're going to be on it for a day at the most. Let's just go.
Let's find out what it says down at the docks, because you never know. Okay, so it's pandemonium. What happened? Oh, God. Fight alongside the ravens, get up on a roof and fire arrows into the crowds. I suppose we have to try to calm people down, but I'm not optimistic, shall we say. Oh, great. Injured. That's what we needed. More injury. Every time I click on either, it gets worse. I'm not getting rewarded for my clicking on either thing. The weight of the situation is crushing. Dredge don't use horns. Long caravan of people come into view. Dredge turning to attack them. Hakon. Okay.
Hey!
This is
It's
better.
my favourite. It's the Riz boy. See,
With
look at me.
one gigantic downside, which turns out that I'm now going to have to fight again.
Is there any way to rest? How is Ivan the last man standing? What the hell is that?
I can't promote Rook, can I? That's 15 promotion. Yeah. However, I do have, as I understand it, the possibility of promoting a 2. So I could bring up one of the archers. Nid.
Or Hogan.
No, Hogan isn't promotable.
Oh, okay.
Much as I hate to say it, I think I've still got my strongest force out there. It's unfortunate, but it's the reality.
All right, Merca. Lovely to see you. I hope you enjoy your festival this week.
Thank you, Merca.
Well, we will try to, but Ben tends to chart his own course, regardless of advice. So I will try, but ultimately, you know how it is. People got to do it their own way, really.
Oh God.
He did do the whole hold strong, you know, like in Perfect Storm when George Clooney turns the boat sideways to meet the wave, and everybody feels like they're going to make it, and then they'll drown. But there was a moment where they're like, hold strong! You've got this!
There are essentially an infinite number of them.
Yeah.
7. So we are gigantically outnumbered. Though I will say, actually, I don't mind that that layout for the lineup. Okay. Yes, I know we've got lousy morale.
Maybe before we actually do our first round, this might be a good moment to have a quick break.
That's not actually a bad idea, because this battle, even if it goes well, will take a while.
Yeah. So, guys, 30-second dance party. Shake it off. Get some tay-tay. Hug yourself or a nearby animal, whatever works best. And then we'll be back in a few minutes with a harrowing fight that's coming up to us now.
All right, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to take a few minutes break. Oh, sorry. See you in a few minutes.
Bye.
And we're back with the Banner Saga and with socks.
And literally at that exact moment, my dog decides it's time to start getting really robustly active with one of her toys, and she's making all kinds of. So really getting into the spirit of things, I think.
Of course.
Good job, Gert.
Um,
So big nasty fight. It's okay. We're gonna be okay.
you say that.
Yeah.
Okay. We hurt that fella quite a lot. And that guy hurt us quite a lot. Okie dokie. We can't get this guy directly into the fight. But we can get him into a more usable position.
I think there's something that we haven't done, actually. I think there's something we've forgotten.
We can't reach anyone with the bow. So let's get him into a position that's actually useful to hurt something. Like that. Then he could, in theory, shoot this guy. You can't shoot that guy. You can shoot that guy, same numbers, of course. Okay. This guy it is. He's the winner. Let's halve his armour. Alrighty. With his armour halved, what can we do? It's useful. Not going to chain that guy. Chain that guy. Can we do this? We can't reach him, sadly. Okay. Alternative is that fella. We can kill him outright. Okay. Do that. Bring her up at least to try to distract things. The amount of armour that guy had annoyed me.
Yes.
Looks at least weakened. Can't get this going to that fight. What we can do is get him close to this one.
Ooh, nice one.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, that's not our guy. Sorry. Oops.
Um, they're going for the kill, really. They're not doing a lot that we can. Resist there. Okay. No. Make that guy much more vulnerable. That's good. No, we don't get a. What happens if I do that? 70%. It's worth a punt. Got it.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not speaking much because I just want to...
It's getting tense, isn't it? Okay.
Well, we're on a real knife edge here, and I don't know. I can't call it either way at this stage, to be absolutely honest. Yeah, I have thoughts, but I don't want to share them until I know which way we're going to go in the end. That sounded really bleak.
Don't have any of this, do I? Yes, I do. Problem is, there's no one whose armour he can heal, because he can't heal his own, sadly, it looks like.
No.
Which is,
well, little bit silly. It's like becoming the best cook in the world, but not being able to eat your own food.
pretty much, yeah. That's done for the mender. Okay. And that's done for one of my big guys. Okay, so I can kill that guy. Or that guy. No, I cannot reach that guy. Yeah, okay. So the best I can do, I think, is kill the big guy. Kill that guy. Let's make that guy much more vulnerable.
Oh, you've got lots of horn. Sorry, I can't. After Friday, I just can't say that word with a straight face anymore. It's ruined me.
Right, this fella. Is that him? 3 and 3. It's taken us a while, but we have at least got them outnumbered. 2 and 10 now. Oop. Wow. Let's go for that. Reduce his armor to 0. Him and hit him. So let's do him some harm. There we go. Okay. More wounded, of course. But
Yeah.
it's very stingy with renown, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Really is very stingy with renown. Ooh, Juno's here.
Well, oh well, oh well. Juno, she's standing too close to Hakon. Get away from him.
Not just
That's-
some fantasy that he dreamt about.
But does she hate him? Oh no, she's there. Okay.
Avon is completely taken aback as though he doesn't dare believe she's real.
Yeah, we don't dare believe she's real either. With you there, buddy.
She couldn't make it to Saga home. She ran into problems.
And a massive snake.
There's a mild wide canyon practically splitting the world in two over those hills. Dredger practically falling out of it like blood from a wound.
Wait, they're coming out of the canyon?
Yeah, they're not coming from the
Not
north anymore, they're
running
everywhere.
for their lives. But also, if they're coming out of the canyon that the snake made, that sort of suggests that they're being made by the snake. Rude.
Glad to see you making it. I take it the others didn't. She got across somehow, found her out cold for a second time since leaving Strand. Bellower is here, yes. Yes, he is. Juno will deal with Bellower. No need to tempt him by standing out here.
Better be all that. That's all I'm saying.
280, 315 supplies. Okay. Behind him, the Prince Ludin stands alone, looking miserable. To be fair, even on his best day, he looks pretty miserable.
Yeah.
I have one last trip to make. I need this one to come with me, she says, pointing at you. I'm sorry, Eyvind, you must wait for me one last time. Do not let the city fall before I return. Okay. Rook, come with me. We'll return in 2 days or less if you're as quick as you look. Tell anyone who needs to know. Where and why, please?
Ah.
Not far. She pauses and something shifts in your vision. Okay.
Rest. Instantly camp. Instantly camp. Too late.
It never gave me the option. There was no...
Oh no. Maybe it will.
There was no moment to do anything like that.
Oh, this is cutscene, is it?
Yep, it's just a cutscene, I'm afraid. This isn't a caravan.
Devil.
With the Godstone of Stravs. Okay. It's okay, you can speak softly. And I carry a big stick. Is this where you're going to sacrifice me? Okay. No, the dredge cannot see us. They can see us, but I've convinced them to be unconcerned. Ah, you've given them morphine. There we go. I can understand your apprehension, though. Who are you? Why not? I wish we had time for a proper introduction. Yes, that bit I know. I thought
Oh, she's like his boss.
Yes,
Wow.
Menders do these things. Some of us still practice the teachings given to the Loom Mother's first creations. We're called Valka. I believe I'm the only one who can influence another's mind. They might not take control of Bellower. I learnt the talent to heal minds, not control them, though even some Valka have difficulty believing this. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's the difference between convincing a child to sit still and telling a starving bear to stop being hungry. Yeah, I mean, clearly she's never tried to convince a child to sit still. We're rarely a match for the Sunder anymore. Our advantage is that we can train more Valka. But the Valka pass on and lose their knowledge, while the Sunder simply grow older and more powerful. Bellower is immortal and beyond my influence to a point. And how do we stop him? The God of Secrets will play a part, as will you.
I get it, mysterious dream lady.
Few know this stone exists. So Stravs is the God of Secrets, is he?
Mm-hmm.
Dengler deals in fortune. Stravs taught men the value of trade in a different way. He showed them it has consequences. See the silver in the stone? The gales up here wear away the stone, but the metal remains. We need a piece of this silver. The god Stravs is wreathed by imagery of silver weapons. The myths say he traded these weapons to the gods, and they used them to kill each other. Those who seek out the stone call him the god of trade. The menders call him the god of secrets, and he was both. Why are we surrounded by dredge? They're drawn to the godstone. Oh, good. Maybe they see him as a patron.
You got to that question third.
Yeah.
I feel that should have been higher on your priority list, perhaps.
Does Stravs have something to do with the serpent? What was that thing? I can't say. I mean, are you the serpent, Juno? Is that... No, she says she has her suspicions, but she doesn't want to speculate. Okay. For all our knowledge, it always seems as though we know little. Imagine how the rest of us feel. The less people know, the more certain they tend to be. Why did you pick me? Why didn't you take Eyvind or Haken? You don't even know me. I apologise for putting you in danger. Well, it turns out you didn't really put me in danger. You just walked me straight through an army of dredge. Avon must keep Bursgard from falling while we're away, and if something goes wrong here, I need to be certain one of us makes it back alive. I saw the thoughts of each person when I arrived at Bursgard. You were the only one I knew would return. What do you mean? You would find your way back to Alette no matter what. She is quite irritating, though. I'm just saying, she is a little bit irritating. Very pious is Alette. Let's
She's
get what we
quite-
need and go.
Yeah, righteous.
Indeed, you'll need to dislodge at least a fistful of the metal. We'll forge it into an arrow to slay Bellower.
And there it is.
After everything you've told me, magic arrow to shoot Bellower, that's all it takes. That's not all it takes. Okay, what I tell you now must not be repeated. The arrow will not kill Bellower, even were it to strike his heart. He has no physical weaknesses. But it will sow doubt in his mind. When it pierces him, I will help him to believe that he's dying. The rest of you will convince him of it with sword and axe. Everyone who fights at your side must believe it to be true. You're going to trick him into thinking he's dead.
And then make it so.
No, someday he will awaken and realise he's not dead. I imagine he'll be quite upset. You really think so? I think that's a fair bet, if you ask me.
Quite carefully understatement, isn't she?
Yeah. First we must make the arrow. Focus on the task at hand. Okay. I'm not certain how the dredge will react when you do this. And behind us is a sudden drop, so be careful.
It's just Little Miss Sunshine, isn't she?
I mean, to be fair, I can't expect everybody to be enthusiastic about their lot, given the narrative situation.
No. I do think, though, that maybe Avon's massively misunderstood their relationship. Nowhere did he say master, apprentice, teacher, you know.
Okay, we're going to climb higher where it may be easier to remove. She said do it carefully. I don't know if we have enough. It doesn't tell me if I have enough. I need enough for an arrowhead. I'm gonna not.
This is what the size.
I'm
It
gonna.
doesn't say. I thought it says.
It doesn't give me any indication of how big the piece I've got is.
No.
I'm going to go with don't press your luck and head back down on the assumption that if I do and she says that's not big enough, I can go back up and get another bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Well done. Okay.
All right. Approach the gates, and Alette welcomes me back. Take this time with your daughter and then find a smith who can fashion an arrow. I have other things. Right. Okay, there we go. So, a few things. I think
Yes.
we may have the opportunity to rest.
I hope so.
I hope. I say that, I mean, I can't actually see it.
Because I feel, and it was a tricksy one, I think it's fair to say it now. When you had all those options during the siege of, you know, fight, go to the docks, I feel that was a gratuitous fight that you did. Like those 2 or 3 fights was, I do feel they were avoidable without too much consequence.
Really? They were unnecessary, you reckon?
I do think so.
Okay.
I think you could have done any of the other things and not have had to go through that. But then Hakon turned up and he got all the supplies and you can rest, hopefully. So it might not be all bad.
I don't seem to be able to rest, sadly. You can do the crafters, which is where we get the arrow done. But I think we should probably wait to do that until next time, because I don't know how long the next time it'll be before I can actually take control of it again and break.
Well, it's only 1:45. I'm still feeling pretty good.
Yeah,
And
so am I, but
I know how much we have left, which is not terribly much.
Well, it's as much as it is. I don't know how long it's going to take me either, of course.
Okay.
But we will take a break here and we will resume next week.
Very good. When we are
And that
on the
way, we we have a little bit to do next time, even if that turns out to be the last one, which we shall see.
yes.
Um,
Well, I think it was an interesting one tonight. Yeah.
it wasn't catastrophic, at least.
Yeah. Well, that depends on whether or not we're able to rest.
Yeah.
But I think we should be all right.
There doesn't seem to be an option to rest.
Can we go to the shop though? Can we buy things?
Uh,
Oh, we don't need
presumably,
to now. We've got 39 days of supplies. We're
we've got
fine.
we've got renown, or we could promote people, of course.
That might be the best way to go.
If we take a look at our heroes, okay, so we could, with 35, we could promote Rook. Toughen him up a bit.
Yeah, I think promotion's the priority.
How
But
much does it
also,
cost
if we
to
put
promote?
all that into his damage, I think, he was doing some decent damage there.
Once the armor is down on the enemies,
Mm.
he was actually the biggest hitter in terms of damage.
He was very effective.
There
Yeah.
were some sort of 10s and 12s and things like that he was doing.
Chris is saying we've got so much renown we could even do both.
So we can do that, and we can up. We want to willpower. We could add to maybe, but I'm tempted to go with damage and health, strength at this stage.
Yeah. Yeah, what he's doing well, he needs to just keep doing well. Yeah, now he's all maxed.
Okay.
Maxy boy.
Um,
Plus, if you're going to use him as an archer, every time you don't move him, he gets more powerful. Don't forget that as well. So that 12 will just improve as long as we can keep him out of trouble.
we could push up Alette. We could push up Mogan.
Haycon. What's Haycon got going on? Oh, wait. Do we have enough points for Haycon?
We don't have him in our list. Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we could do Hakon, actually. Yeah, we could promote him.
My recollection is he's quite punchy and take a fair amount. Oh, he's very punchy. Look at him.
Yeah. And we can promote him. Yes, that's true. I mean, in doing so, of course, we don't get anything else, but we can top him out for strength at the moment, which is good. We've got nobody who's a 1, so we can't promote anyone else. But such is life.
No. Maybe we can trade those 5 points for, I don't know, some cool piece of bling.
Let's see what the market says.
Flag, so to speak.
We're not desperately in need of anything else. What does that do? -1 aggro, not really useful. 20% dodge, -2 aggro, or...
Wait, -1 aggro is they'll notice you less.
That's
so
right.
if we put that on Rook... did you say there was a -2 aggro?
Yeah, we can't afford that one.
Okay.
The problem with that...
What has Rook got on him at the moment?
Yeah, is I think Rook's got a bonus anyway at the moment. He's currently...
What does Alette have in that case? Because that seems like a great thing to put on an archer.
Got +2 strength. I'd rather have +2 strength for him.
No, absolutely.
Because
what's Alette got? Does she have that obsidian bell thing? Or what was it?
she's got the Alette's own thing.
Oh.
I think. No, she hasn't got anything.
She's got nothing.
Oh no, she's got something. It just doesn't tell me what it is. I think it's the thing she came with. That bracelet or whatever.
And a sulk.
Yeah, and she's got a sulk on. You're quite right.
Bracelet and a monk on.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Um,
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
No, we
I'm
don't seem to
intrigued
be able to
get
rest. It doesn't want me to be able to use up any of the supplies to get my stats back. Though, to be fair, maybe it will offer that after we craft the arrowhead. You never know.
Maybe.
But in any event, we will call it there for tonight.
Yes. So what else have we got going on this week, Ben?
Right. So, the last 2 weekends we have been without an entire Ewan, which
We
you
had
know
some clippings.
it
And a
is
shoe.
arguably a crippling loss. And this coming weekend, we are without an entire Luke, which is much less problematic. Because he got to
I'm
watch
telling him.
Stuart Broad's last day at the Ashes today.
That's true. And we drew, didn't we? We drew in the Ashes.
We drew the Ashes, having won the final test, but particularly nice on Stuart Broad's last ever day, he managed to get the last wicket with his last ball of cricket.
No, really? Oh.
And in his last innings with the bat, he hit the very last six with his last bat.
Wow, what a way to go as a legend.
So,
Good stuff.
going out, the very last ball he faced, he hit for a six, and the very last ball he bowled, he not only skittled someone, it was the last person of the last innings of the last test of the Ashes.
From the home counties, I apologise enormously for this basket of nonsense we're talking about.
Yeah,
currently.
it's a thing that a significant number of people from around the world will completely understand, and a lot of people will be going, "The hell are they talking about?"
Yeah, how do you hit a six?
So the
Yes.
next weekend, this coming weekend,
Yep.
on Friday, Ewan and I are going to play a choose your own adventure style game book called A Cretan Chronicle.
I feel you need to approach that slightly more positively. So you're not going to play, you are going to ace the living crap out of a fighting fantasy book with the most aplomb and success you've ever met with in one of these campaigns. That's what you're going to do.
I so wish I believed you. I want to believe you so badly. But we're going to play. It's called Blood Feud of Altheus, and it's the first of the Cretan Chronicles.
The Cretan Chronicles.
Yeah. And then on Saturday we are playing Clarissa, our Buffy the Vampire Slayer game, which includes one entire socks to replace an entire Luke.
Only one entire sock. That's not one entire pair of socks. Just
one entire
sock.
Which is, let's be fair, if we replace a Luke with the socks, we're probably getting a bit of an upgrade.
Wow. I mean, I'm telling you, he said that, and he's going to agree, and then I'm going to feel really great about everything for a while.
Of course he will agree.
That's fine.
So, thank you very much for joining us this evening. Friday, fighting fantasy style game book, even though it's not technically a fighting fantasy. And
it'll be great.
And then Saturday, some Clarissa the Vampire Slayer.
Very quickly put that in context. The last fighting fantasy Ben and Ewan did, I turned up 15 minutes late and they'd already died. And they were so chipper, and Ben gleefully announced that they died of cowardice.
Yes. Yes, we died of cowardice.
They were very, very pleased.
Playing Trial of Champions in less than an hour, we died of cowardice.
Well, I mean, I arrived 45 minutes in, and you'd already been chatting for half an hour.
Yep. Yep. It did not go flawlessly. I will absolutely accept. Mistakes were made.
Oh, look, I've got a whole gang agreeing with me now. Look at that. I've got the agreement gang. Yeah. I like this place where I can never be wrong. I need it more in my life. Can you come and live with my teenage son? That would be fantastic. That'd be great. Yeah. Anyway, so it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to Friday. I promise I won't sneer. I'm very supportive and I'll make good choices. And on Saturday, I'm just going to wreck it.
Excellent.
Yeah. It's going to be
Brilliant.
good. Anyway,
Well, that's
thank
what
you
we're
for the
doing
stream,
this
Bucky.
coming weekend. So thank you very much for joining us this evening. Thank you, Socks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Merca. Thank you, Cold Frog. Thank you, Lee. It's been very nice to have
And
you with
happy
us.
birthday, John.
And a visit from John, yes, on
I
his
think I
birthday.
saw a realm of rust tucked away in the background there somewhere for a bit. So evening to us as well.
Fantastic. Yes, thank you very much for joining us, and hopefully see you on Friday for some mad fighting fantasy, possibly very shortly. Very,
Bring
very
your
briefly.
sarcasm; it'll be needed.
Yes.
I mean, support. What did I say? I meant support. Bring your support.
Support is the way to go. It's it's probably going to be futile, but nonetheless, it's very welcome. Thank you.
It will be mercifully brief, at least. I mean, it's going to be really long. You're going to go all the way. Oh, I've got to stop talking now. Let's go.
Momentary and instantaneous, I think, is the way of putting it. So, yes, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Socks. And good night, everyone.
Bye.